Hello, Leela here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm an American girl who is living in Hamburg, Germany, and today I found out that I got approved for my freelance visa. I am still on this high right now from getting approved because I have been in this state of mild stress for about 5 months because that's how long it took me to find out. Today was they signed in my little green paper. They said I'm allowed to work as of today. Still not allowed to travel though until I pick up my real visa, and he got me an appointment for 1 month away from now. Yeah, that's the other thing. You're not allowed to travel until you have the actual visa, and if you do travel, that kind of breaks the visa process. You don't risk it, I think. If you came here to find out how to get a freelance visa, this is what you're going to do. Disclaimer, this video contains advice for those who are able to visit Germany without a visa, so those who are from these 7 countries: the US, Australia, Israel, Japan, Canada, New Zealand, or South Korea. Also, some of my instructions are only relevant for those who are applying in Hamburg. Hamburg has a stricter health insurance requirement than Berlin does. Hamburg also uses a different application form than Berlin does. I was able to get to Germany during the travel ban in October of 2020 because I had an official invitation from my German boyfriend. I'll link that form down below if that's relevant to you. Maybe before I started talking about this, I should say how to move to Germany, because that's the first step you should do when you get to Germany. If you want to stay in Germany long term, you have to register your address in Germany. So that's called the Meldebestätigung. I'll put all the links down below in the description box with the steps. And every district in Hamburg at least has its own Kundenzentrum. So you just got to go to the one nearest to you and register your address there. And then once you register your address, and by the way, if you can't find any open appointments to register your address, check early in the morning, because a lot of times every day they update it and then all the cancellations will show early in the morning. So if you see nothing, just wait till the next morning and check again. And then when you get there, they will immediately print you out the Meldebestätigung paper for you. And then with this paper, then you can apply for a visa. So very important. That's step 1. I got my visa in Hamburg. So every city is a little different, and every city has like different application forms, so just keep that in mind. So Berlin might do things a little bit differently, and I'm gonna link a Facebook page that really helped me. They helped me so much, this Facebook group. I'm gonna link that down below in the description box. You can find people from the city that maybe you're applying in. I know there's most of the people in the group are from Berlin. Hamburg's a little different, but it's mostly the same. The difference, I think, is that Berlin is really geared towards helping artists get like approved on the spot, same day kind of thing. Hamburg, I don't think does that. I came here on a tourist visa, which is only a 3-month thing. It's actually not a visa, it's just a vacation thing, you know, the Schengen Erlaubnis. Anyways, I got approved by sending everything to them through email. This is what the email looked like that I sent to them. It says, "Dear whomever it may concern, this is about the application for a freelance residence permit. Attached is the Meldebestätigung, 3 interest letters, my savings account screenshot, my income from 2020, the recommendation letter from my last employer, the application form for residence permit for Hamburg, my passport screenshot, my resume, and my travel health insurance that I had at that time." And I said, "Can you please send me an appointment confirmation?" The last sentence I said is that I will be needing a Fiktionsbescheinigung, which is a temporary permit, if the next available appointment that they have for me is past the expiration date of my vacation visa thing. And then I told them what date it expires. And then I said, "Best regards," and I put my name. Just to let you know, even if they send you the Fiktionsbescheinigung past the date of expiration of your vacation permit, it's okay to stay in Germany as long as you have the email from them that confirms you have an appointment. Also, I am still shocked because I did not think they were going to approve everything based on the documents I sent them in the email, because I only had 2 interest letters. I thought they were going to want to see more than just 2. And so how it works is when you apply for it, and if you get approved, most people get approved with the 1 year, because they want to see how you do for the first year, how's your income after the first year. And then you have your like follow-up appointment after 1 year, and then they check everything, and then usually they'll give you either a 2-year or a 3-year based on how well you're doing, I think. I applied for this visa by sending an email to the Ausländerbehörde or Foreigners Office that my apartment's address is registered in, which you can find it on the top of your Meldebestätigung paper when you registered your address. I'll link the page where I got these emails down below in the description box. Make sure you write the correct email because they might ignore you if you write the wrong email. In the email you're going to send, you are going to send them 2 to 3 interest letters. I contacted friends of family, any German friends I know. I asked if their parents needed some social media management for their companies, and yeah, that's how I got my letters. I just asked around. So I only sent them 2 letters, which I didn't think would be enough, but I guess that was enough. I'll link a website down below that kind of explains all of this. If you just Google interest letter format freelance visa Germany, you'll find a bunch of templates and examples that you can use, which is what I did. I just looked at it and I just kind of looked at what points were they making. The format of the interest letter should be company's name and address, who they are, what they do at their company, what their company's about, and then your title, marketing specialist or whatever your title is, and then why they chose you, what skills you had, and then the details of the job, your responsibilities with this job, the payment details, that's important. They're gonna look at all your interest letters and see, are you gonna be able to live off of the money that's on these interest letters? I made sure that all the interest letters I had equaled to the standard of living in Hamburg, which is around $1,500 a month. So keep that in mind. And the dates of the job, and then the date, and then their signature. And the letters are not contracts. These are just interest letters. So, I mean, of course it should be accurate in the interest letter, but these are not binding contracts. But yeah, it's an interest letter, not a contract. If it's a contract, you're no longer a freelance person. You're now an employee. You just want something that says, when you get your freelance visa, then we would like to hire you as blah, blah, blah. So if you want to get like 2 to 3 letters, that's pretty good. More the better, if you can. 1 letter is probably not going to be enough. I had 2, so I was really shocked that was enough, but I think it's because the money in the letters were enough for them to think, okay, yeah, she can earn money with this. And also they're going to look at your savings. So if the more savings you have, the better. Like for the student visa, we had to show that we had 8,400 euros in our bank account for them to trust us to get this 1-year student visa. My goal was to have at least that 8,400 euros. I didn't have the German bank at that time when I sent them everything. So actually they approved me without the German bank account. But you need to get a German bank account if you want to have clients in Germany. They're going to need to send you money somewhere. So I used N26. So it was free to open an account, and I'll put a link down below if you want to join N26. It was pretty easy. Screenshots of your bank balance to show them. I sent that in my email to them. Then you're going to want screenshots of all the income that you have currently coming in. So I included all the income I have from YouTube. I included a recommendation letter from my past employer. So that was more proof for me that I can do what I'm saying I can do without the education for it. The filled out visa application form, I'll put a link down below. It's on Hamburg's website, but it'll be linked down below. Every city has its own application form. So if you're not in Hamburg, just go to the Facebook page, ask someone, because in Berlin they have something totally different, I think. On the Hamburg one, it's called the Antrag, eines Aufenthaltstitels. So you're applying for a resident permit is what the application says, which kind of confused me at first. I was like, resident permit? No, I want a freelance visa, but it's the same thing. And then on the application form, I got an advisor to get help with this actually. At the bottom where it says purpose of your stay in federal territory, you write freiberuflich Visa beantrag. For employer, you can write freiberuflich. For how do you provide for your own maintenance, you write die freiberufliche Arbeit. Then your passport, your resume / CV. You're gonna wanna choose your job title to be kind of an umbrella term for everything you wanna do so that you can do many jobs and not just one specific job. I chose something that I thought would encompass everything that I'd like to do. I made sure to make mine in German so they can understand it. In Hamburg, it seems they chose my job title by looking at my resume and seeing what I called myself. So make sure your resume lists the job title that you want to have on your visa. I wish that I included the word designer to my job title because if your job is considered an artist, that means you can apply to the Künstlersozialkasse, which you can find at künstlersozialkasse.de. If accepted by them, then they will help you get into public health insurance and will pay about half of your health insurance costs. I heard it can take up to 1 year though to be accepted, but I'm going to apply once I get my tax ID number, and I'll make a video about how this goes in the future. These are things you're attaching to the email. Your health insurance. So I applied actually to my original email, I had travel health insurance, which is not okay for getting a visa, but for just that initial email, they were okay with it as long as I brought proof that I had private health insurance when I came for my appointment today, so my 5 months later appointment. That I'm going to talk about at the end because that's really complicated, this private health insurance thing, because I didn't meet a lot of the requirements to get into private, so it's been really tough the last few weeks, but I finally got a private health insurance, a German one, to approve of me. That was the hardest part of all this, was getting private health insurance. And it's not cheap. that was kind of a shock to me. I was like thinking I could get something cheaper, but yeah, if it's under 200, it's probably not a real private health insurance. So I'll put links down below to the health insurance company that helped me get my private. They're amazing company. They're called Feather. It was kind of complicated with my situation because of my asthma. I'm asthmatic, so I didn't hit the requirements. Ooh, the thing I am forgetting. So 3 weeks ago, the Hamburg office sent me this form that they wanted my private healthcare company to fill out that proves that they're a private healthcare company. To get approved for your visa, it needs to be a long-term, like lifelong type of health insurance. It was the asthma that was the biggest problem, so I was really thankful. I got into Barmenia thanks to help from Julian from Feather. And also I plan to add more titles to my visa. I want to do other things. So right now I'm taking some training classes to do some other work in Germany and not just this. All it takes to get a new title added to your visa is you just need to send them those interest letters. At least that's what I understand, that you send the interest letters from this new title that you want, from people interested in this work you have. Yeah, and then they should hopefully approve this new title of yours based on those interest letters. So that is like the most of the information. If I'm forgetting anything, and if you have any questions for me, leave them down below. I'll make a part 2 on how to get the freelance visa. I hope this video was helpful. See you guys in the next video. Bye.